Hi, today I'm going to be talking to you about making your own sari. And what you'll need is a large piece of fabric, about 6 yards. And some places in South India, I believe, where for the South Indian drapes you can use 9 yards. And so what I have here is a piece of fabric. I bought 7.875 yards. And I could not get enough to have 6 yards in one piece of fabric. So what I did was, I bought 2 pieces of fabric and sewed them together with an overlock machine, a serger. And you can see the seam right here. And I also sewed the edges like such. But what you can do is, you can get the border piece and sew that on the edge, but you will have a seam there. Okay? And I was actually able, when I was putting this on last night, I was actually able to hide the seam where I sewed the 2 pieces of fabric together in one of the pleats. Because you pleat with the traditional navy, with the navy style, you pleat it in the front. But if you don't want to have the matching fabric edge on your sari, what you can do is you can take a trim and sew that on the edge, so it's a nice finished looking edge. And you just go to the fabric store, and there's a section in our fabric store called Sari and Brocade Fabrics, and you just pick out your fabric, and you need approximately 6 yards. Okay, you need 6 yards. And you just get the fabric, and I finished off the ends. If you want to leave both ends finished like this, again, I use a serger, which is also called an overlock. Or you can get an extra piece of fabric if they have it, with this decorative edge that matches your sari, and cut the fabric so that the edge, the length of the piece is about, so that the length of the piece is the length of this side of the fabric, is the width of the fabric, because this is going to be the length of, is the width, to cut it to where it's the same, cut it towards the same width of the fabric, and then you would just sew along the edge, or you can do that with a trim. And this fabric does not have the fall, the decorated, I didn't put, this fabric doesn't have a fall already embroidered on it, which is the decorative end of the sari that you see, but it's still nice. It's just not as finished on the ends, but doesn't bother me that much. But and if I wanted to put that end on, wouldn't want to cut the sari, because then I would just, to get this part, might want to put a trim on it. And so, what would you wear underneath your sari? Traditionally, what's worn under the sari is a cropped blouse called a choli and a petticoat. However, if you don't have those, you can order the choli or pattern to make your choli off the internet. There is a site that sells you a pattern, and there are a few sites that sell you the cholis, the plain cholis, and the more decorated cholis. So you could do that. Or what I have, and you can also get petticoats too. And what I have instead of the choli and the petticoat is I actually have a fitted white t-shirt, which goes nicely with the teal green sari. I have a fitted white t-shirt from H&M to go underneath the sari. And I have just this nice white drawstring skirt. Okay? And this I'm using for the petticoat. And another way to get material to make your sari is if you have some leftover material at home, you have a large piece of material at home that you decide not to make a project out of, you can use that. This piece isn't quite long enough, I don't think. So what I did last night when I was wrapping this was I just didn't make the pleats. See, this is not a traditional sari fabric at all. I just didn't make the pleats in this. It's still interesting, and it's an interesting design. And I have some fabric that I could make into a blouse for that. This kind of watermelon-y fabric. But I just haven't made it into a blouse. See? And that will go with this fabric. See, doesn't that go nicely together? See? Okay, and to accessorize your sari, some of the things that I have that I can accessorize with. This necklace right here does match the color of the does somewhat match the color of the sari. Right here, the stones, and the kind of brown discs stand out, brownish golden discs stand out. And I have these nice bangles. You know, you can wear some gold jewelry with your sari. And it will go with the gold edging on the sari, the embroidery. And for the finishing effect, I have some nice little gold ballet flats that I got on consignment. They still weren't the most inexpensive shoes ever, but I did get them on consignment. See, these will go nicely with that, with the sari. And those are some tips of how you can make your own sari at home. And I hope you'll find my advice useful. YouTube has some good videos of how to wrap your sari and put it on, and I recommend those. Thank you for watching.